Hey guys, it is good to see you. This is your midweek devotion and your discipleship tip for this week. So, a couple things I want to do. Number one is I want to read our text for this week that's leading into our July 12th meeting time for Rush on Sunday night. Don't forget this coming Sunday night, we are going to have water kickball, and what we'll be doing is I won't be there because I will be tending to my newborn son, and right now I'm recording this and just praying for his delivery. So I'm excited about that. Also, just want to let you know just a couple things that I just want to remind you of. We'll continue through the Apostles' Creed curriculum. We're going to be studying John 18 this week, so we're going to be listening to the Matt Chandler video. And then the next week, on July 19th, we'll be going through Ephesians 2, 1 through 5, and I will have a video for that as well in the coming weeks. So anyways, I want to read our text for this week from John 18 that's leading into Sunday, July 12th. This is what it says. It says, "My kingdom is not of this world." This is Jesus talking. Said Jesus, "If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would fight so that I wouldn't be handed over to the Jews. But as it is, my kingdom is not from here." And then Pilate asked him this, says, You are a king then? "You say that I'm a king," Jesus replied. "I was born for this, that I have come into the world for this, to testify the truth. Whoever is of the truth listens to my voice." And then ironically, Pilate answers, "What is the truth?" And after he had said this, he went out to the Jews again and told them, "I find no grounds for charging him." So one thing I want us to tackle in this text is really, we all come to the same question that Pilate comes to, is what is the truth? What really is the truth? Well, Jesus makes very clear. He says that he testifies the truth. He came not to bring a kingdom of an earthly kingdom, but a heavenly kingdom. We have this tension in theology, right, where Jesus says, "I have come, my kingdom has come," and he wants his kingdom to come. But then we also know later in the book of Revelation, it says that he will fill his new heaven, new earth kingdom. And so we see that tension here. And Jesus is basically like, listen, if my kingdom was here, I could just not be arrested and I wouldn't have to be handed over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not here. There's a greater purpose in all this. And there's two things that declare Jesus and who he is in this text. He is the king and he is the truth. And so as you're thinking this week and as you're going into this coming Sunday night, I want you to think about this. What is the truth? What do you believe is the truth? We've talked about the past couple of weeks about how Jesus is unique. He's different. He's different. He is fully God, fully man. He is much different than anything we've ever imagined, anything that anyone could ever imagine about him being fully man, fully God. It's a magnificent truth. But what is the truth? And I really want you to think about that. Think about the gospel in that. Because in all of this, if there is no death and there is no resurrection, then really there's no tension in this kingdom that is here, but then also a kingdom to come, because Jesus had a greater purpose, and that purpose would be fulfilled through his suffering and death. And so I want you to think about that this week. The other thing, number two, what I want you to think about for your discipleship tip for this week, and parents, this goes along for you and students for this week. I want you to think of some resources to help you study the Bible better. And one of the resources that I want to give to you to help you disciple your students, and for students also disciple yourself better, is some things that I've looked up on Gospel Coalition. We're studying the book of Ruth right now. And to coincide with what Michael is doing, what Pastor Michael is doing, I want you to go on gospelcoalition.com and look up Ruth for resources. And I'm going to send you a link on Tuesday about this. But go ahead, look up that link, and there is a plethora of resources on Ruth. What is the main purpose of Ruth? Giving you kind of a bird's eye overview of the text and of the book. So I want you to take that. The reason why it is so important for us as people to really think of those things and study together and take those courses and resources and go over them together as a family. Mom, Dad, take that as a time to go over again and go over what some of these scholars and some of these other people are talking about with the book of Ruth, and use that as a time to take what we are learning on Sunday mornings and reviewing it over the week. That's where discipleship happens. That's centering upon the text and then really digesting the meaning and the application of the text. That's what we're all about when it comes to studying the Bible. So I'm going to leave you with that. gospelcoalition.com. Go look up those resources for Ruth resources and study them together. Ask questions. Talk about the text in that way. And I pray those resources will be good for you this week. Have a great week, and I will see you soon as I can.